What's up, folks? Acid Roots Wired here. So I've got a vlog that almost could have had a home on my music channel, Acid Roots, but I figured it would probably belong better here because it almost has to do with video games. We'll see how this goes. I can occasionally throw these in on this channel. It's not gonna just be like Guitar Hero and stuff like that, but I'll try to throw in some extra stuff every now and then. But basically, the concept behind it is it deals with like difficulties and just the overall concept of how many people choose to be like daredevils and thrill seekers and stuff. And it leads me to like the thought that went through my head in terms of like the concept of this video, which is, would you rather fail on hard or succeed on easy? And there are plenty of people, I know that there's folks that just happen to be like real bandits and kind of like, um, a word for it, just more kind of brash about things to kind of say, oh yeah, I'd rather, it doesn't mean the same if you win easily as opposed to lose difficultly. And I think the concept behind that, it just gets so much mishmashed into stuff. And I feel like that kind of concept, I mean, really, what's more important, success or learning from something? And there's a lot of people who feel like they would rather learn a lesson losing than get an easy victory and kind of go on. And I know you could say, oh, this is kind of a big topic, but it goes with video games also because it's the same sort of stuff. I mean, like I saw on Instagram, because I follow Xbox on Instagram, and it basically said, beating the game on easy is still beating the game. And I would have to agree with that. It's not to the point, I know obviously in some cases there's nothing wrong with taking like a higher challenge or something, but I don't feel like that's day-to-day conversation as far as like, you know, yeah, I mean that's kind of the thing about it. Someone who fails on hard or succeeds on easy. And I feel like, with enough of the stuff I've seen on Instagram, I feel like this mentality kind of gets pushed along quite a bit. There's plenty of people that maybe don't so much as care about losing as long as they learn something from it. People would say they'll level up anyways, they'll get tougher, they'll learn a lesson, they'll get stronger and stuff. And as opposed to I don't know. I mean, this keeps crossing it. I'm not trying to come off as like some sort of Confucius type individual. I'm not trying to come off as some Confucius type individual, but I do wonder about that just because, like, I mean, you'll find this sort of stuff on Twitter, depending upon how you listen to music and stuff. You can find like these sorts of quotables and that sort of stuff where, I don't know. I mean, the topic can get as large as you want, but I look at it and I have to say, I don't really have a problem with succeeding on easy as opposed to failing on hard and getting pissed off about it. Because that's kind of the thing. You look at it for folks that are trying to learn and trying to improve and trying to better themselves and that sort of stuff, you have to look at it and be like, I don't know. I mean, to me, it just sounds too much of optimistic, and that's kind of a mentality that's really pushed itself along, especially circa 2021 and 2022. I feel like, we do have to kind of pump our brakes on this sort of stuff and not get in too much of like, and these are people that get fired from a job and are like, well, it taught me a lesson. And it's like, well, no, either the job was stupid, you were stupid, the job was stupid, you were stupid, or a combination of the two. I mean, there's a multitude of reasons. And, sometimes I go with like realism and like, you can be a realist, an optimist, or a pessimist. And there are times where I do go with realists because that's kind of the stuff. It's just something. And I feel like this topic fits a decent home on Acid Roots Wired just because it applies to video games. It can apply to music. Probably could apply to movies, but I would have to go on to think that there are plenty of folks out there that just happen to be like fate whipping boys that kind of have that sort of stuff, that sort of thing happens. But I look at it and it's like, there's nothing wrong with succeeding easily. And that's kind of the thing. It's the same situation, but most of these folks out there would rather fail on hard because it comes off as something that gives them more satisfaction. But your mileage may vary. There's another phrase for that. Whatever. Yeah, we'll just say it like that. Your mileage may vary, but yeah, it's to each his own. But yeah, that's kind of the thing. So yeah, you get the idea.